Chris here again. Welcome to my video blog. This is episode 2 of a video diary that I'm doing to follow my journey as a freelance artist. Welcome. So, it's been a week. It's been a pretty lackluster week. As I mentioned last week, I was stuck at work 5 days straight in my sort of real job, which really sort of messed up my time schedule. So I'm back to normal this week, thank God. So I'm sort of getting back in action with everything. I've nearly wrapped up inks. Nearly wrapped up the colours on Pizza Assassins, which is awesome. And I think I've only got 4 more pages to do, and then it's done. I've also got to do the cover. That should be pretty quick. I'm hoping that'll be nice, different. And I get to work in colour, so I'm excited about that. I'm kind of getting a bit over the whole grayscale shading thing. As you'll probably notice in the video, which I'm going to attach probably here maybe, I'm going to put in just another time-lapse video of what I've been working on, so you guys can check it out as well. For those who aren't on my Patreon, I've been posting full page updates, so you can actually see the finished pages without the lettering, not to ruin the story. But you can check it all out there. I've also been uploading some Photoshop files as well, so you can sort of get in and have a look at how it's all done, and bits and pieces like that. So check back. They're always there too. So if you feel like, oh man, I've missed out because it was like a week ago or whatever, it's always going to be there. So for any Patreon who jumps on, you can see those updates all the time. You can just backtrack all the way back to the very beginning of when it started. So jump on board and have a look, man. That'd be awesome. It's $1 a month, and your donations help me keep doing this sort of stuff. So that'd be cool. Anyway, I wanted to talk about finding work this week. So a couple of weeks ago, I was really sort of nutting into trying to build up a client base for work, for my freelance stuff. Because at the moment I don't really have a strong client base. Everything I did in the past year mostly was private work for portrait commissions, fan art stuff. Nothing big for sort of like the bigger companies. Anything sort of reputable that I can say to another company, look, I've done work for Coca-Cola, for example, and they might give them a better idea of the type of work I do, and give them a bit more, I suppose, trust in me as an artist as well. So that's what I've kind of been doing. I hit a lot of animation studios, game studios. I'm back on it this week. I'm going to hit up some book publishers, things like that. I'm really trying to rattle my brain of what sort of companies I should be targeting. My work's a bit varied at the moment. I do need to sort of focus my portfolio on specific targets, but because it's so sort of open and broad, currently I'm trying to just hit every market I possibly can. Maybe grab a few bites, and then from there, hopefully things will develop and the portfolio will develop too, and I can sort of target that market. I'd love to be doing things like children's books, character design for games would be awesome, but at the moment I'm really just sort of grasping for anything that will give me a bit of a solid standing, and hopefully some regular work as well. So it's been really trying. I've had a look online. There's sort of not a lot of source to say, hey, here's where you can find all the work. You've sort of just got to go out and do it yourself. And last year I was just looking back now, I was so lazy. I did not try as hard as I possibly could. I really could have tried a lot harder. But this year I really want to make this a full-time thing. By the end of the year I want to quit my job. I want to be creating my own comics on the side. But for the most part I want to be working 5 to 7 days, mostly 5 days a week, just creating art. And if I've got to work for clients at this point in time, that's fine. As long as I can, get paid and keep a roof over my head, I'm happy to sort of draw anything. So my advice to any of you guys out there, I'm still trying, but just have a look think about what you want to do. Whether, if there's a certain target audience that you want to hit, whether it's children's books, whether it's game design, whatnot, and pop online and just have a Google search for these companies. And what I've been doing, and I've had a bit of success in at least getting replies saying that they like my work, but just emailing them, and just a general email. Don't throw your work at them, just let them know that you're there. Ask them if they're open for submission, and if they are, fantastic, shoot them your portfolio. But if they're not, just leave them be. Some people just don't want to be bothered. They, either they don't hire illustrators, or at least from what I'm discovering, or they just tend to not bother to reply, which you will discover happens a lot. But, and every artist will probably tell you this, but don't get discouraged by it. Just because 10 people didn't reply, out of those 10, one might. And it might even just be a thanks for getting in contact, but you don't know what's going to happen 6 months down the track. They might love your work, they just might not have space for you at the moment. So again, that's what I'm doing this week again, and I'll probably be doing it next week again. So in my downtime, while I'm not doing commissions or anything, once I've done a slog of emails, I'm just working on Pizza Assassins. So that's me. I just want to try and keep myself busy and keep myself drawing as well. And with the Patreon too, that's sort of making sure that I am doing as much work as I possibly can, not only to keep myself active, but to, please my Patreons as well, give them content for their support. So that's been a nice drive as well. But otherwise, just your regular sort of DeviantArt and Instagram, it can sort of get a bit tiresome, and you might post a picture and you might not get a few likes, and that can be a bit discouraging, but you just got to push through. So yeah, that's sort of my advice, or that's where I'm going as well. So we'll see where that goes. Hopefully I can land a bit of work. A few people have mentioned to do even education books and things like that. If you've got any other ideas of places I could hit up, that'd be cool. I'd love to hear your input as well, sort of what works and what doesn't. Yeah, the other thing is, I was at work yesterday and a gentleman walked in and he was asking if I knew anyone who did characters. Now, I sort of do characters. I do cartoon portraits. It wasn't something I really wanted to do originally, but I sort of fell into it, and that's sort of been a small breadwinner for me, at least in the last year. And I've already done another one this year, so I'm going to go ahead with it. But it got me thinking maybe this is something I should advertise a bit more. I advertise it on my Facebook, but I've never done proper advertising for it. So I'm even thinking I might even do some flyers and put them up in the art shop that I work in and a few of the other art places around my area. And who knows, just put a few rip tags or some email address and they can contact me, and might even put a thing on my website as well, just a main source so they can go to, check out samples, see if they like it. If they do, they can email me. So that could be another thing too. So again, I'm happy to subdue any work that's coming this way. So even if I've got to take some old school methods to try and bring the work in, I'm going to go for it. So yeah, that's sort of where I'm at. It's nice to be back to normal again, working on things. Nearly finishing Pizza Assassins. It's, I can really taste it, and I'm waiting for that sort of accomplishment feeling of just, finished another book, awesome. And on top of that, before I forget, I was talking to Chumba, a friend of mine, in regards to Supernova, which is coming up in a few months' time. And cut-offs are nearly up for applications, so we decided, okay, yep, we're going to do it. We're going to share a table. Chumba's been in the States for quite a while, so I haven't actually seen the dude in nearly 6 months to a year. So it'd be an awesome time to catch up with him. And I thought, well, I've got to do a book. I don't have anything. I'll have Pizza Assassins, but that's through another publisher. So I want to do something for myself. I've got Violin sort of under, in the works, but I want to do something small, just a mini comic. And I had an idea for a dream, based on a dream that I had, it would have been a few months ago now. And I thought, mini comic, this dream story, I had it all written down. I've got, notes and stories and things. That could work. So I'm going to have a go at that. So the next video blog will probably be me starting work on that, as long as Pizza Assassin is finished. So look forward to that. I'll also be posting concept art of all this as well in the Patreon too, so you guys can keep track. And I'm also thinking I might do just a small mini video series as a day by day for the book. So I'm going to plan it out, see how long it's going to take me to do. The story will probably be at 10 pages plus a cover. Really small. I'm also planning on actually binding the book myself and making it all nice and fancy too. So that's exciting, and I really hope that goes ahead. So as long as Supernova's booked, I'll be making that book. Alright, I'll leave you guys alone. Thanks again for watching the video. If you liked everything, please like the video, comment. I'd love to hear from you guys. I try to reply as quickly as I possibly can. I love to talk to you and just hear what your thoughts are, and even just chat if you just want to say hello. I'm happy to say hello back. Again, thanks again for watching. I'll catch you guys next week. Bye.